Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Buenos días, ¿cómo están? Like every day, we're here live with Gaby from the closet. It's just that today we're not in the closet. I have to, you can see, my cat is, my cat is here. We are on the living room today. I have to do a panel later today for LinkedIn, and we changed location, we changed the camera, we changed everything. So I said, let's go ahead and do our morning live from the closet is the name, but today is going to be from the living room. How are you doing as every day? We are Irene Williams. Hello, drinking my hazelnut coffee. Ay, qué rico. Thank you so much for sharing. I want to take a minute to, as you know, this is a live stream, that it's a simulcast live stream. So as every morning, I want to take a minute to say hello to everybody from our different platforms. Hello, everybody on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. Good morning to everybody on Twitter. Good morning to everyone on LinkedIn, all our professional people. Good morning to everyone on Twitch, to all our gamers. Good morning to everyone on Instagram. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me introduce you someone because I think she wants to be on camera. Her name is Bombona. She's my little cat, and it's like she's loving the camera today. So say hello. Yeah, look at this. She wants to be a part of today's She wants to be a part of today's simulcast. Bueno, ya. So you got to meet, you got to meet my Bombona today. She kind of likes the camera. So let's say hello to everyone. As I always say, this is your oasis. This is your moment to gift yourself, to start the day with the right food, to recalibrate your energy. Our energy is like our instrument that we have to recalibrate every day. And these are the 10-15 minutes that we take every day to start our day with the right intention, to start our day with the right food. So we're having good morning. It's my birthday today. Yay! Happy birthday, LinkedIn user. I don't know who you are, but happy birthday. Frank Claudio Emanuel, good morning. Gaby from LinkedIn, good morning. Diana Aro Muñoz, good morning. Gaby from Casa Grande, Arizona. You are always my morning inspiration. Thank you so much. She's writing from LinkedIn and from Casa. I'm going to have to go and visit Casa Grande once everything is said and done. She's correcting there. I'm going to have to go and visit Casa Grande because every day you tell me hello from Casa Grande, hello from Casa Grande. So leave me in the comments some pictures or something about Casa Grande. I love Arizona. I used to live in Sonora. So today's topic, as you know, 2 days ago we had a minimal glitch, technical glitch with the microphone. The microphone, I don't know why, we don't continue working. Glevi Sierra, good morning. Gaby from Florida, good morning, Glevi. Jordan is my name, the birthday guy. Jordan, happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños. So 2 days ago, we had a minimal technical glitch, but I had to finish the segment before we were completed with everything that we were talking about. So because that segment was incomplete, I want to recap today and I want to finish that segment. So today's topic is going to be about the fears that you have to overcome when you're looking for opportunities. There are many fears, but mostly there are 3 fears that are the most usual ones that we have to overcome when we're looking for new opportunities. And there are so many people looking for new opportunities nowadays, whether that is a new job, whether that is a new strategy for your business, whether that is learning a new skill. Many people are pivoting, reinventing themselves. So today we're going to talk about these 3 fears that you have to overcome today when you are looking for a new opportunity. So we're going to start, as always, today's show right after these 20-second credits. There has never been a better time to be a pioneer than right now. Good morning, good morning. You know, I have to find out how to play music when I'm speaking, because when the credits are going, I'm dancing like this because I like the music, and then it finishes and I don't know how to play music. But I have to learn, I have to figure out how we can play a little bit of music in the background, because it's always, you know, it helps with the morale. So today's topic, as I said, is 3 fears that we have to overcome when looking for new opportunities. And it all comes down to something that I am truly passionate about and that I am convinced, and it's that when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? Has it ever happened to you that you started considering new possibilities, new options for your life, and then the world started expanding for you? And I decided to do this segment, as I said 2 days ago, because I received a message from somebody who took that step and her world started to expand. Last year, we did, as you know, I have my hair line, Welcome All Beauty, my hair extension line, and we had to do the photo shoot for that hairline. And I was very intentional because I wanted to have different kinds of models. I wanted to have models who had different sizes, different ethnicities, different styles, and also different ages. And that's the moment where I confirmed how hard it is for many of us to break the taboo of age, because everybody who was, it was an open call, but 99% of the people who auditioned and who wanted to be a part of the campaign were your typical model who was super young, who was, you know, smaller size, who had a certain look. And what we were looking for was exactly the opposite. We wanted to have a variety of models. And then there was one woman, this very brave woman called Valeria Boquete, and she sent me a message and she said, I am over 50 years old. I've never been a model. I feel like I'm crazy to take this step at my age. I am concerned, and sometimes I am fearful of what my kids are going to think about their mom being a model or posing for a campaign after 50. But something inside me tells me that I have to take this step, and I want to audition for your campaign, for your brand. And so she came, she auditioned, she got the job, and she did amazing pictures. And I really loved it because she was not a professional model, which was exactly what we were looking for. She was a yoga instructor who woke up one day, saw an ad of an open casting call, took the chance, faced her fears, and then her world opened. And because she was part of this campaign, and because she was part of our campaign with Welcome All Beauty, and that's why she was writing to me a message 2 years ago, because she was a part of it, she had a portfolio, she met people in the industry, and she wrote to me to let me know that she has been called to do more photo shoots. So as I say, you know, you never know where that emotional block, that mental block, that self-limiting belief is inside of you. But when you confront it, when you want to have this inner discussion with yourself, like, why am I limiting myself in this area of my life? Why am I limiting myself in this area of my work? And you confront that self-limiting belief, amazing things can start to happen. So this is the topic for today. When you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. And so we're going to talk about 3 fears. We have Maria Cristina joining from La Plata. Hola, Maria Cristina. Frank is saying, Frank Claudio Manuel, sí, like he agrees with it. So we have 3 fears that we have to think about and that we have to overcome when looking for new opportunities, that we have to think about when we're thinking about how to expand our world. The first one, you know, I just share with you a story. The first one is ridicule. You know, we always fear, like, what are people going to think about? Are they going to laugh at us? Because when you are stepping into something that is new for you, there will always be a place of discomfort. There will always be a learning curve. This woman, Valeria, when she showed up and she wanted to do this photo shoot, she was not a model. So in the beginning, she was maybe facing her own fears of being in front of the camera. The end result was amazing. But in the beginning, when she applied for this casting call, and when she had to share it or break the news, maybe she was fearing ridicule from her family, or from her kids, or from herself, or from whoever. So the fear of ridicule is one of the fears that stops us the most from trying new things. So that is the first one. So think about, what is it that you are scared of? For me, for example, being somebody who is an immigrant Latina and who is somebody who is in front of the camera or on stages, I didn't see many people like myself with English as a second language in front of the camera or on stages. And I said, this is not going to stop me. If somebody, feels that I shouldn't be here or I don't belong there, it's their own problem. But I am not going to be ridiculed, and I have a lot to contribute to. So that is the first fear that we have to overcome. Now, the second fear that we have to overcome is rejection. When we start something new, when we propose something new to the world, when we propose a new idea, when we propose a new concept, when we're thinking about a new business idea, there's always this fear of rejection. To me, for example, it was breaking through the fear of being rejected once I started doing public appearances and speeches and moderations that were not related to my work, particularly as a journalist. When I started sharing my own story, when I started going on stages and sharing motivational stories, when I started doing things that were new for me, and I knew that by revealing more layers of my story, or by revealing more layers of who I am, there might be in the audience colleagues, there might be in the audience clients, there might be in the audience people who are part of my industry, and that I didn't know if this was going to be something that people would embrace or something that people would reject. But that was something that in the beginning was always in my mind. When I started sharing my story, when I started sharing more about who I was, instead of hiding behind a script in a teleprompter or hiding behind what is supposed to be expected of somebody who is a journalist or a TV host, those were the fears that I had to overcome. And there's a very beautiful story. The first time that I had the chance to speak about my own story and to share a little bit about who I am, and the fact that I spent unemployed 2 years in Argentina when I first graduated with a master's in journalism, it was in a conference that is called We All Grow. And they invited me to talk about something from my personal story in 12 minutes or 15 minutes, no more than that. And it was a big stage with like 500 people, and I agreed to do it. And you know what happens sometimes when the day comes and you have to do it, sometimes you have cold feet and you realize, like, why did I agree to do this? And you start second guessing yourself, and you start thinking about, why did I agree to do this? Maybe it's not a good idea. So the fear of rejection starts kicking in. And I remember I told myself two things. One, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, and I'm going to be very truthful in that stage. And the second thing was, what a gift. What a gift to be able to have a story or a message, to have a stage, and to have an audience. You never have to take for granted that the possibility of having something to say, of having a message, of having a story, having a stage or a camera or a platform, whatever that means for you, and having an audience. It doesn't matter if it's a big audience or it's a small audience. What a gift. So I switched it in my mind and in my heart to a place of being grateful for having the chance to share that message. And that was fantastic, because I didn't focus on the rejection. instead I focused on gratitude. And you know how life is so crazy? I went to that stage, I opened my heart, I connected with the audience, and next thing I knew, in that audience that I was so scared about, there was a literary agent, and she offered to she wanted to represent me, and 3 months later, I had my first book deal. So you never know, as I said, when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. Sometimes it might be in a way that it's different from the way you thought about. Maybe it's a way that it's unexpected, but I believe it's so worth taking that risk of expanding your area of knowledge, expanding your area of experience, because you never know how things are going to turn out. And also there's something else that we should say. I mean, rejection is not the end of the world. Rejection can very much be a part of the process. So you know that when you're starting something new, that when you're putting something new in the world, there's going to be rejection at some point, earlier or later. And if you know that rejection is part of the process, then you know when you receive it that it's not something that is going to put you down or that is going to destroy you in the same way as if it takes you by surprise. So just know that sometimes rejection is part of the process. Fear it, don't fear it, it's gonna be there, but if you make it part of the process, it's not gonna catch you by surprise. Now, let's see some of the messages that are arriving. Raul Loya, you have a beautiful accent. Embrace it. Yes, that's what I did. And actually, I did a TED Talk about accentism and how discrimination by accent and accentism is the ultimate frontier of still socially accepted form of discrimination. People, now it's of course it's a taboo to discriminate. It's a taboo to discriminate by size, by gender, by age, by religion, by nationality. But still, it is socially acceptable to tell somebody their accent is not right. And that's why in my TED Talk, and you can see it's called Pioneer How to Be What You Can't See, I talk a little bit about accentism. Thank you so much, Raul. Randall Wright, thank you for your insights. It is wonderful food for thought. Thank you so much, Randall. He's commenting from LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn user, in other words, you're not a politician behind the teleprompter. No. Teleprompters, you can read them, but it's so much more fun to give your own ideas, share what you have to share, and say as you feel. Jasmine Thomas, I am so grateful for you sharing your story and experiences because it has been very inspiring to me, and I know many others too. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Besitos. Frank Claudio Emanuel says, el miedo es tan contundente. Sí, el miedo a veces nos paraliza. Sometimes we are paralyzed by fear, but we shouldn't allow it to paralyze us. Mitzi Ram Sharan, I hope I'm saying your name right. Yes, great message. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the third fear. And I'm having a problem because my goal is always to keep it between 10 and 15 minutes, and we are at 18 right now. But I like it so much to share and to exchange messages with you and to read your messages, but I promise I'm trying to keeping it shorter. So the third one is the fear of failure. So many times we don't start wonderful ventures, or we don't start to push new ideas, or we don't start something new in our lives because we have the fear of failure. And I remember when I was younger and I was in a newsroom, and I was sometimes the youngest one in that newsroom. I was a young journalist, and there was these meetings with the bosses and so many people in that newsroom, and I was the new one in that office or the new one in that job, and they were asking for ideas, and I wanted to play it safe, and so maybe I didn't share so many ideas. And I remember so many times that I left those meetings so mad, but mad at myself because I had an idea for a story and I wouldn't share it because of fear of failure. Maybe I said my idea is not worth it. Maybe I said, I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to, in a way, say out loud something that was meaningful for me, or that I thought we should be doing in that newscast, or a story that I fell in love with. And I left those meetings so mad at myself because I didn't put up my hand to share my idea, but somebody who was more serious, more senior, more seasoned, with more experience would put up their hand, share that story, and had the news director say, yes, this is a wonderful idea. Yes, this is a wonderful story. And I would leave those meetings like this, like, why didn't I share my story? Why didn't I put up myself out there? And it was all because of this, the fear of failure, the fear of saying an idea that maybe people wouldn't like, the fear of proposing something new and that would not be embraced in that meeting. And that is, it can be a fear of failure. Fear of failure can be not starting that business that you always wanted because you're starting small and you don't want to be perceived as somebody who has a very small business. But if there's something that I have learned in my life, is that starting small is not the same as thinking small. You can start small and still think big. You can start with your end in mind, and you start with what you have, and you do what you can with what you have right here, right now. But the fact that you're starting small doesn't mean that you're thinking small. So pay a lot of attention if fear of failure is preventing you from sharing your ideas, your insights, from starting new projects, from stepping out of your comfort zone, because it is very real that sometimes we are so scared to put ourselves out there that things that are meaningful for us, they remain undone. They remain in the back of our mind when, there's nothing, and also there's nothing wrong with putting your idea out there in the world and maybe it's not working or taking more time for it to work. So Frank says, see, you are correct, and Jenov Martinez, you are right. Thank you, Gabi. So those are, I'm going to recap very fast. These are the 3 fears that you have to overcome. Think about them when you're looking for new opportunities today. Fear number 1, the fear of ridicule. Fear number 2, the fear of rejection. Remember, rejection can always be a part of the process. You don't need to be surprised by rejection. And when you're making it part of the process, it's not going to hurt as much. And the 3rd fear is the fear of failure. And I leave you with this sentence today to start your day. When you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. So now go do the best you can with what you have. Make the most out of your day. Look for those new opportunities. See you tomorrow. Besitos. Nos vemos mañana.